What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day.
What's
with our buddy Wolfgang.
It's your boy Wolfgang. Hope you're having a great day too.
Hello, Wolfie. He made it back to Vegas and we are dressed fantastic.
New Mexico, baby.
He has to rep the New Mexico, wants to be cultured, acts like his whole road trip is like everything.
Coming to an end. I had to put Ethan in the garb. It's good luck. Hopefully he runs up a stack here at the 510.
Resorts World, dressed like clowns. Try to run it up. You always know we're going to try to make some big pots happen on the little vlog, and it's been a while since I've played some cash games, and we'll do some stuff. So hopefully you enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. See you guys when the cards are in the air. Starting off this 510 here at Resorts World with 3,000 to start. I have ace-4 of hearts in the big blind, and we have our buddy Wolfgang, who opened it up to $30. The button makes the call, and now it's no better time than any to start off a session with a squeeze 3-bet. I size up for a raise to $100. Our buddy Wolfie makes the fold in his lovely sombrero, and the button decides on a call, so pretty interesting to see him call twice pre-flop. Anyways, the flop comes Jack 8-3, 2 diamonds, and a heart. I have some backdoor stuff, and I bet out 120 bucks. She ends up folding, and I'm going to take it. Start off the session up about 180 bucks. I'm happy to get chips pushed my way. In the following hand, picking up ace queen of diamonds in the cutoff, there's a under the gun open to $40. +1 makes the call, and you know I'm going to be 3-betting this for sure. I size up to 160. Only the under the gun player makes the call, so once again, heads up in position. The flop comes queen 5 deuce rainbow. Pretty sick flop for ace queen, to be honest. This player checks to me, and I'm definitely going to put in a bet on this dry flop. I bet out $120. He folds. Easy game. Not much action so far, but pretty nice to be up a couple $100 already. First few minutes of sitting down and wanting to run it up a lot more. Here in this next hand, I have 10-8 of clubs in the big blind. There is a $20 and $40 straddle on board. So when the button open limps for 40 bucks, I put in a raise with a good hand. Certainly could limp as well, but I want to be more aggressive. I raise it up to $200. We get the +1 straddler and the button player to make the call. So we're going 3 ways to a flop of ace, king, king, 2 diamonds. Well, we're multi-way, out of position. I have a garbage holding. Here comes the crazy. I bet out $250 into the field, and action folds to this button player who decides on a call. So close to almost getting this through, but when the turn comes the jack of diamonds, the flush draw completes, and I have some psychopathic thoughts in my head. I don't know when to stop bluffing, and this time isn't going to be one of them. I size up to $800, and well, you can tell it's early in the session when I don't know how big these stack sizes are, as the button player only has about 600 left, and thinks about it, and ends up making the call. I have 10 high and a dream. The river is the 9 of spades. Oh God, this is embarrassing. I don't want to show my 10 highs, so I just rip it into the muck. Nice hand, nice fair catch. This was a little bit annoying as things were going pretty smoothly, and then my stubbornness came into effect, and I wanted to just dust off some money. So now we're down, ready to rebuild, and time to, I guess, claw out of my little punt here that I made for myself. The very next hand dealt in. Well, no time to relax as picking up pocket 4s in the small blind. All right, this is going to be a winning hand already. There's a $20 straddle up there, and I raise it up to 70. The straddler makes the call who just saw my punts, so let's see a flop out of position, and the flop comes Jack 7-4, 2 diamonds. So sick. Of course, this is the flop we get. So on this board, I bet out $100, and he makes the call, which is awesome. Really cool to get some action here, and when the turn comes the jack of clubs, oh my God. This is awesome as we fill up, and obviously a lot of the hands that he could hold when he calls on the flop could contain a jack, so I'm gonna go for max value here in this spot. We're playing super deep, and I decide to overbet $600. He just saw me punt off from that last hand, so back-to-back hands, come on. Let's use this image that I worked really hard for and play a massive pot as he's playing with over 3,000 in stack. And he thinks about it, but ultimately ends up folding. So I couldn't get paid in this hand, unfortunately. Just downright playing super reckless now, just putting money in the middle left and right and putting a lot of it in the middle at that. The next hand we play is going to be a PLO single board bomb pot. We're playing six-handed, and everyone put $40 in the middle. I pick up ace, deuce, 3, 4, double suited. It's a pretty holding, actually. Double suited at that, and when the flop comes ace, 10, deuce, 2 diamonds, I have 2 pair. Action checks to me, and I'm going to throw out a bet here, a little feeler one to see what's going on. I bet out $70 and only get the button to make the call. So we're going to a turn, which is the 10. Not a good card that I wanted to see. So now I'm pretty much just going to check fold, I think, most of the time. I check it over to him, and luckily he checks it back. When the river is the 8 of spades, I only have an ace with a pair of 10s and a 4 kicker. I don't expect to win this ever, but action goes check, check. Don't expect to be good, but I show my hand. This player folds and we win. So it's nice. Getting a little bit of a rebate from, that big punt, and I'll take this PLO bomb pot down. The next adventure that we go into, we pick up ace, queen offsuit. We're under the gun and on the $20 straddle. Action onto the hijack player who opens it up to $60. Action folds to me. I have ace queen. I have a fun hand to play and we're out of position. I 3-bet on the larger side to $300. This player makes the call with about a few thousand behind, so we're playing pretty deep stacked here. Let's see a big one. The flop comes ace king 8 rainbow. Yeah, we're gonna play a big one for sure. With top pair and a good kicker, I bet out $200, and for $200 he decides on a call. So we're off to a turn, which is the deuce, and this really doesn't change a whole lot, and on these total bricks of turn cards, that doesn't change the board texture. I think my hand is good here, and I decide to bet up a little bit larger this time. Amp up the aggression to $800. I think we can get a lot of the weaker aces to call, maybe even some non-believing king holdings, and for $800, this guy makes the call. He's going to be a non-believer. Let's see a river, and it is a queen. Oh, sick. Now sitting with 2 pair. If we ever thought we were even behind, like ace 8 or something like that, I'm not even sure what we could be behind by, but here, obviously really good river card, and I'm going to size up. With 2 pair, expect my hand to be good here pretty much 100% of the time. I size up to $2,000, and this player puts on his thinking cap. He tanks for a super duper long time. So long, the fact that I almost want to call clock on him because it's just really long. So here's the fast forwarding. Anyways, when he's thinking for so long, I'm pretty much just putting on 1 pair holdings, like a pair of aces or something like that. And ultimately, he ends up folding. So couldn't get value, but a few of his cards flashed, and I was told that when he was thinking, he had ace 8. So somehow found a hero fold with 2 pair. I guess that is going to make sense. Not having him raise flop or turn was definitely a tricky way of playing his hand. So I guess this opponent made a really good fold, and that sucks. Didn't get the extra $2,000 of value that I think I would have gotten paid off by most opponents. But yeah, kudos to the opponent for making a good fold, and still, once again, chips being pushed my way. Next adventure, things get a little bit better as I pick up ace king offsuit on the button. Action folds to me and I raise it up to 30, and only the big blind player makes the call. So when the flop comes jack 10 4 rainbow, he checks to me and I have 2 overcards, a straight draw, and definitely an intention to bet. I bet out $50 into the middle, and for 50, the big blind player makes the call. The turn comes an ace, so found a way to bink top pair once again. He checks for a second time and definitely going to bet again for value for $120. And for $120, to my surprise, this player calls for a second time. So pretty suspicious of what he could be holding. Maybe some sort of non-believing Jack X holding. Anyways, the river is now an 8. He checks for a third time, which is nice, as now I think my hand has to be good. I think a lot of 2 pairs or better holdings would at least start leading or raising on one of these streets. So I'm pretty confused as to what hands I get value from. Trying to get value from a hand as weak as Jack 8, Jack 9. I bet at $110. It's tiny. Trying to milk out value from 1 pair. And this player does make the call. I show and I win, but it's not against the hand that I thought it was up against. It was up against ace queen. So definitely could have gotten a lot more value in this hand. But as played, couldn't have put him on just ace queen. If only I knew, could have sized up a lot bigger. The hand strengths and rankings just continue to get better, picking up jacks this time under the gun, and I'm on the $20 straddle. There's a +1 player who limps, a low jack raised to $100, and action folds to me. Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is the 3-betting and raising channel. I put in a raise out of position to $320. Get the low jack player to make the call, and we're off to a flop. The flop comes ace king 9, 2 spades. Ew. Not great for my specific hand, but should be better for the overall range, I think. I don't know, just kind of guessing at this point, to be quite honest with you. I'm praying that if I bet, I just get a fold. That would make my life really easy, so I sized to $210. And well, he says F you to my $210 bet and raises to a cool 500. Well, I'm out, I guess. Can't really continue with this one with third pair, middle pair. I fold, and this player shows 5-6 offsuit for this fantastic bluff, sir. Well played. Please keep doing that. I just wish I had something, but pretty cool to have the player show us the 6-high bluff. And that's all I gotta say. Kudos to the opponent, once again, making another quality move that I just wish I had a better hand to defend with. Everybody, let's strap in your seatbelts before we get into this fun hand. Hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. If this action wasn't enough for you already, then I don't know what is. We pick up ace 8 of clubs. We're in the hijack, and there's a button $20 straddle on board. Action folds to me, and I raise it up to 60. We get the button to make the call and defend. So we're out of position, not a 3-bet pot surprisingly, but when the flop comes 8 high, it is 8-5-3 to diamonds. This is a pretty darn good flop, top here. So I bet out $100 on the larger side. And then, oh boy, this is fun. This guy puts in a raise to $320. Oh man, you know I'm not folding here. He's pretty much just repping worse 8s or maybe even a set. There are a handful of draws that are available on this board, so my thinking is that it leans more towards those draws. But with my specific holding, putting in another raise seems a little bit of an overplay, so I make the call and hope to see a good turn. The turn comes in 8. Oh god, this is going to be so sick. Anyways, action goes check, unfortunately, so no money comes into the middle. Well, we're off to a river, which comes a 5, so wow. Basically have the nuts, but unless we're behind pocket 5s for quads. And on this board texture here, I decide to bet pretty darn small. I bet $150. I'm not sure what he can be holding, especially when he checks back the turn after raising flop. So I'm praying and hoping that maybe this really small bet could induce a bluff. Also, if I had an overpair, I would want to bet small as well for value. I don't even know what I get called by, considering I also block ace highs that can call. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe this small bet can induce a bluff, and oh god, we get a raise. I see a raise, and it's to $420. Just loving life right now. And now at this point, I debate between putting in another raise or just making the call. And like I said, there's only one hand that I'm actually losing to, which is pocket 5s. So no need to be afraid of monsters under the bed. This is going to be a mandatory raise as, you know, just want to get more money. Although I will say I don't know what I even get called by and win against if I raise and get called. But I go for it. I've put in a 3-bet for value to $1,200, and this player now confused. Like, clearly this is a weird, wonky hand to start off with, but he puts on his thinking cap, and after his time into the tank, he makes the call. Wow, that's great, because I think an 8 just snap calls, right? I show my hand, and it's a scoop. He mucks, so I don't have a single clue in the world what he could have had taking this line. Maybe he had a 5? That makes the most sense. Outside of that, I'm not sure, but I'm happy to scoop chips my way, and this was a pretty darn big one to put us in the right direction for today. Talking about some run good in this next hand, I have ace queen of hearts in the small blind. There's a $20 under the gun straddle, and the hijack opens to $100. This player has a relatively short stack considering it's a 5, 10, 20 game at this point. So I put in a 3-bet to $400. Action folds to this guy. He jams. It's $935 total, and you know, I'm not really feeling amazing about it with ace queen, but considering it's about 45 big blinds, I'm not folding for $500 more. I make the call, and we're off to a flop of what else would you expect from me in this channel? It is King Jack 10. Only Broadway. How good do I run? The turn and river comes, and I just show my hand. It's the nuts, and this player mucks. Didn't really need to make him show when I know I had the winning hand, and I think he might have flashed ace king to one of the other players at the table. So probably what he had, running pretty good, got it in bad, end up winning. That's just the luck box life. For the last significant hand of this video, I pick up pocket sevens in the big blind. There is a button straddle, and there's a cutoff open to 60. The button next to act makes the call, and here, out of position, I decide on just calling as well. No need to raise. Anyways, the flop comes queen 7-4, 2 spades. Just, like, so sick, dude. This is such a sick run. Action, unfortunately, checks all the way around, and we're off to a turn which comes a 6. Board is a lot more connected, and we're multi-way. I want to bet large with my set, as I expect my hand to be good a lot of the time, so I size up to $150. The cutoff makes the call. Oh, that's confusing to me. I don't have a damn clue as to what he could be holding, as he was the pre-flop aggressor who checked the flop, then called the turn bet. Anyways, when the river is a 5, 4-liner to a straight. The thing is, I don't think he's gonna have one though. Don't think he's gonna have a lot of 8x holdings or 3x holdings, so I decide to bet huge and bet pot to $500. Think I would do this with a lot of value hands, and pocket sevens here at this set would certainly be for thin value, and also would do this with all of my bluffs that kind of want to bully him and get him off the pot. It's a pretty thin value bet for a large amount, but I think I can get called by non-believers, and well, he seems to be one of those non-believers. He calls, I show, I win. Just a sick run to end the session. What an easy game. Wrapping up the session, things went pretty well. Went well for me. Went even better, surprisingly, for this guy. Oh god! All right, flexing the cash.
Kevin Gates over here.
This seems like a safe idea at 4 a.m. in a fucking casino. Anyways, we were in the game for 6,000, out for 9,935. So pretty good profit there. Oh, like I said. No, I didn't. You said I only won 3,900. Oh, right. Oh, I did beat you. Oh yeah, great session, just ran really well, and it's a nice welcome back to cash. Haven't played cash for like a week and a half, so things went really well, and good way overall to end this Vegas trip and end the year of 2021, hoping for some more run good in 2022. And happy New Year's, guys. Thanks so much for sticking to the end. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the support this year. It's been absolutely incredible, and here's to more run good, more growth of the channel, and this guy too.
To more life, more success, and to stop playing tournaments. Unless he binks 260K, then he's allowed to play.
That's the only way to play tournaments. I have to bink every single one. Yeah, a lot more exciting content for next year, 2022. Be on the lookout for it. But thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time. This is a banger. Peace.